Talking Tactical. Hope everybody is doing good this evening. Who do we got in the chat? Let's start with that. We got Shadow Ghost. What is going on, my man? Lady Emery Draven. What's up? Young One. Good to see you, my friend. And Mr. Henry Tinkler. Okay. So let's just get started with some tertiaries. Get those things out of the way. Okay. We're at 913 subscribers, guys. Good job. Good job. Keep it up. Keep it up. Pumping up them numbers. I like it. I like seeing it. Just keep going. Beautiful. So, like, we're just so much closer to that goal of 1,000 subscribers, where we'll do that unboxing battle, and then we'll find out who gives you the better deal. Big box retailer mystery box or independent retailer mystery box? At 1,000 subscribers, we will find out. So let's get us there. Let's get us there. Crazy Jason, welcome. Welcome. And like I always say to all you tree dwellers, it's good to see all your beautiful smiling faces again. Well, usernames, profile pictures, and chats, I guess. Anyway, let's see, what else do I got for tertiaries? Oh yeah, make sure that you click that link in the pinned comment below. Join the Discord Task Force Shrubbery. And, you know, come hang out with other weirdos like me, talk airsoft goodness, video gaming, movie nerdery, and other random conversations we decide to have on there. Do watch parties, have events that, you know, I do Discord stuff for. So, you know, we go meet up at airsoft events and whatnot, you know, stuff like that. You know, and just, of course, you can support the channel by ordering your airsoft Squirrely Nuts merch from me on there. And you can get your roadkill rags, your patches, which I only have a few of those left on the patch front. So get them before I run out for a while. And I don't know when I'm going to re-up, but I will get some eventually. And then, you know, custom order them tie-dye shamags that are so gorgeous and beautiful and wonderful. All right. I think that kind of wraps it up for the tertiaries. You know. Oh, and I have coffee this evening in my beautiful Cartman mug. Yes, it is delicious. It is the Atomic Llama from Black Rifle Coffee. It is quite tasty. Num 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 num. Hope y'all have your coffee as well. News, tidbits, and events. Do I have any updates to give? Apparently I'm probably going to be going to Florida in March. You know, there's that coming up for the end of Winter Rumble, as it is now being called. This is all being set up by my good friend Cutter Airsoft. Go check him out. Check out his channel. Give him a sub. Where he's invited a whole bunch of people from all over the country who are airsofters, YouTubers, and whatnot, you know, who all interact through Discord, and we're just kind of spreading the word, bring your friends and whatnot. So yeah, it's gonna be in Florida at Black Tiger Airsoft in Tampa. It's gonna be a good time. It's the first weekend in March. And yeah, if you're in the area, come on out. This will be my first run to Florida. So once things are more confirmed, I'm going to be more excited about it. It's just the waiting and getting things locked in and confirming. But hopefully before the end of the year, everything will be all set. But yeah. Yeah, it'll be my first run going to Florida. I will hopefully have a new camera set up by then and get some footage of it. I may be going to a lower res camera, but it'll work out so much better. I know it will. But anyway, beyond the point, I'm rambling. So let's get into tonight's subject. Let's get into it. I have notes. I made notes because I actually wanted to come at this at a relatively intelligent angle instead of just trying to. I'm not going to come off sounding like a fanboy, but at the same time, I might. But there's reasons why I like Lancer Tactical, and I'm willing to ask the question, are they still bad after all this time? So, before I get the deep dive into Lancer Tactical, one, I want to hear y'all's opinion down in the chat. Let me know, what do you think about Lancer Tactical as a brand, products, replicas, all that fun jazz? Like them, hate them, do you listen to the Reddit forums? All that jazz. Let's just kind of get a baseline kind of going. Also, guys, share this around. I want to hear some voices on this. Also, I did at Lancer on this one just because I think it'd be nice for them to hear that somebody is fighting against the apparently still bad reputation that for some strange reason is still attached to their name, but I am rallying against it. um, can't wait for y'all to come to the swamp. You know, it'll be a good time, Ghost. It'll be a good time. We'll have to have another video. Maybe we'll have to have a discussion video on that sometime down the road. You crazy Jason, love my Lancer tactical replicas. You know, there's that opinion. I also have one, and I do thoroughly enjoy it. Baseline across the board, not gonna lie. When I got back into Airsoft 3 years ago, when I started this channel with my first unboxing of YouTube Unboxing Mystery Box, I got a Lancer Tactical Gen 2 Pro line, 10-inch M-Lock rail, Archon. You know, full metal upper and lower. Out of the box, it came with what was it? 18-to-1 gears, 25K motor. Or no, 19K motor. 18-to-1 gears. Standard out of the box Lancer compression set, brass barrel. Was it 6.03 though? Or no, it was 6.05. I'd have to go back. I really have to go back and look at those stats. But anyway, it was a, you know, the Pro line version had a ETU in it, so you can run lipos. Lancer in the beginning had some issues, but sat back and listened to the customer base and improved. We will get into that, Ghost. We will get into that. And I dubbed that Archon the Tiny Tina, based off, you know, named after the character from Borderlands, because she was a crazy little Spitfire. And that's what that replica turned out to be. Out of the box, ran great. I had it stock for a while, and then I put a hop-up and barrel and whatnots in it, and ran great for a while again, and then, you know, when I completely gutted it, and switched things out, that's when I started having problems. But out of the box, ran great, and I'm pretty sure if I'd never messed with it, it would have, you know, still kept going. It still ran great after I messed with it, checked it out, and made it super awesome. But yeah, now I have other issues because I kind of amped it up. I might have to tone back what's in Tiny Tina. That is what I realized. But beyond the point, let's kind of crack into this. Now, for the most part, I want to say the bad history with Lancer is vaguely holding on by a thread. There still might be some people out there that still say that Lancer is trash, based off of the stories of the Gen 1s. And I still hear here and there some people that talk bad about Lancer because of their sordid history. So because of that, let's just kind of get into the history and get a little bit of breakdown of Lancer Tactical. Now, I did my own research on these dates and times and everything as best as I could. I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure I got a pretty good rough timeline of releases on when things happened and blah, 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 blah. So let's just take this all the way back to the beginning. Lancer Tactical was set up in 2012. That is when they released their Gen 1 line of replicas, their first series, and came on the market in 2012. From what I have found, they had about 2 years of the Gen 1 series. 2 years. Now, in that 2 years, apparently, I don't have any personal experience with it, but an overwhelming consumer base came out and said, Lancer Tactical, what the fuck? Because they released apparently steaming hot piles of garbage, brittle and cheap innards and guts and terrible gears made of brass and brittle plastic bits and awful tappet plates and essentially everything wrong that you could do. And they actually, near the end of that time frame, were on a live with Airsoft GI, and it was like the dude from Lancer at the time. And they had a live and had the chat open, and people asked him questions, and it was essentially just like a diatribe run of down the list of like, dude, your replicas are trash. What WTF, mate? Um, and he listened, and he took it back to Lancer, and Lancer listened as a company. And in 2014, you got the Gen 2 line of the Lancer tactical replica. So 2014 hits, you get your Gen 2 line where you have now steel cut gears, you have more robust internal components, tappet plates, piston heads, cylinders, nozzles, all the fun jazz, better springs, all the better things on the inside, and in a more robust external body in a better polymer build. Some of them were then also in that time frame. They came out with the Gen 2 Pro Line series, which then came into full metal upper and lower receiver builds with full metal rail systems, integrated ETUs so you could run yourself a lipo if you wanted, instead of sticking to lower voltage batteries in your replica. They took all of the complaints and criticisms they had in their Gen 1 line after that first 2 years and then poured it into the Gen 2 line in 2014, releasing that. And I would have to say that was their initial redemption arc. Still, though, during this time frame between 2014 and a few years after, this bad history of the Gen 1s followed Lancer, maintaining the bad name in the Reddit forums, through YouTube, through people's bad experiences with Gen 1s and nobody willing to try a Gen 2. But eventually, over time, that we see that it trickled back into the airsoft world. People got their hand on the Gen 2s in the polymer builds and the Pro Line editions, and they started to then change the course of their story. The Gen 2 really is what shifted Lancer into the company that they are now innovating into becoming today. After the Gen 2 line came out, they then, of course, went back to the drawing board yet again. Also within this time frame of their company's inception, they were also releasing accessories like optics, gear, plate carriers, camo, you name it, for airsoft goodies and accessories. You found it through Lancer Tactical. Pouches, bags, all sorts of stuff. I have a lot of it as well. And even their gear side, some people have also complained about, but I have to personally disagree from personal experience with Lancer Tactical gear. And also a large swath of people I know and have talked to that have used Lancer gear, optics, and etc., and attachments and everything, and have really not had many complaints. Some of the stuff is on the lower end spectrum of cheaper side, but there's nothing wrong with that. They do know what they're making. It's for airsoft, and they knew what they're selling. I'm assuming after the whole Gen 1 debacle, their transparency has shot up and through the roof on how they talk with customers, and with my interactions has been that. So like I said, they were going back to the drawing board, not horde, drawing board after the Gen 2 line. Obviously, like a company, they're always wanting to innovate, adapt, overcome, and come out with new and awesome things. For airsoft gear, they're just fine. I'm not just jumping out of a C-130 in it. No, it's not made for real stuff, Ghost. Their gear is not made for real stuff. It's made for airsoft. But it is their stuff is robust. I have Lancer gear that has lasted years. But they are a company that obviously, after their faults in the first couple of years of their run, listened to the customer base, took it in, did what you do with constructive criticism, and applied it. Obviously, as we saw then in 2021, we saw the rise of the Gen 3s, the Gen 3 Lancer Tactical Replicas. Also, I believe it was around, I forgot to double down on checking on this, but I believe this is the era when they started getting into pistols, if not designing pistols and pistol replicas. But the Gen 3 came out. With the Gen 3, we got better internals out of the box. You had built-in MOSFETs, better polymer built bodies, more robust, tighter 6.03 inner barrels out of the box. You got better innards, better motors, wired to Deans. You know, Gen 3 was the next step of evolution. Yet, apparently, still some people carried this bad idea from Gen 1s, which I still don't understand. Let's see, what else do I have? But yeah, greatly improved yet again. Gen 3's next step up. They still offered other they still have like full metal body build that you can find in different models. They also have DMRs. Like they just kept adding to their repertoire of replicas to sell to market and improving them every time they released. Between like 21 to 24, we also got them getting their hands on like high kappas. So they started coming out with the Nightshade series. So they also have a full line of high kappa replicas for the market as well. So not only did they have a large primary, they have the secondary side market as well, which just keeps expanding and improving the company along the way. Obviously, also within this time frame, they picked up licenses. They essentially had the license for Lancer systems from the get-go, which is where most of their designs came from. And then they ended up picking up Kalashnikov USA. But once we get to 2024, that's when we get the Gen 4 release from Lancer Tactical, which is more improvements out of the box, a better MOSFET out of the box. That's when we hit the Nebula 2 MOSFET was in the Gen 4. In the Gen 3, we got the Nebula 1 MOSFET. Also, there were options between models of Gen 3s and Gen 4s where you could even get a gate. Gate Aster, Gate Titan. But still, Gen 4, yet again, improving. 6.03 inner barrel out of the box. Like Gen 4 essentially is out the box, ready to go. You don't even have to tech it until it has to break. Until it breaks, I mean. From what I've seen, heard, felt, put hands on with Gen 4s, they're essentially solid until something breaks, and then you can modify and do whatever. It's literally purpose built to just go, and which is awesome for Lancer. And I really hope that more people, which I have seen in my time here on making the YouTube channel and in the Airsoft community in the last few years, seeing Lancer really turn people around. I have done my best to just use my personal experience with their products to tell people, hey man, that bad rap that they had years ago is gone. They're great now. Now, let's continue with the current history of Lancer Tactical. Where is it going forward from now to continue to improve, to continue to strive to get better? They came out with like the Tandacross. They got the Tandacross Cthulhu's, which I see no purpose for them, but I understand people like the look of speed or race pistol replicas. That's what that's all about. So I get it. I got it. But they also have now acquired more licenses, like they have BG Defense. They now have SLR. So they're completely now coming out with, like also in 24, they came out with the first gas blowback line that they had through Double Eagle with the Western Arms gas system in it. But now coming here into 25 into 26 in current where they are with all these new licenses, Lancer is finally getting into the game of MWS gas blowback systems, which is awesome. They have full line of SLR works, Rifle Works licensed replicas coming out. I don't know when. I wish they would give us a date. But they're full MWS clones. They look great. They have AKs. They have M4s. They also, because of the BG Defense and SLR, they have new slides coming out for 1911s. They have new slides coming out for Glocks. They have new replicas of, Glocks and 1911s coming out. And they're continuing always to improve and get better. I just want them to get... I keep hearing just the occasional, well, Lancer Tactical, but I hear they have a bad rap. Don't live in the world of Lancer Tactical having a bad rap. If you've followed the history that I've just gone over, they have done nothing but listen to us, the Airsoft community. They've taken in every complaint, every tweak, every tiny little thing. And they have made the improvements. They've made the adjustments. They've made the changes. But go check out their stuff on their Instagram, honestly. They have a ton of pictures of what they got coming out for the MWS system SLR works, honestly. And also, Lancer, if you guys are fans of Airsoft GI and know of their MGC4 line, Lancer is the company that makes the MGC4 for Airsoft GI. And one of their new MWS systems that's coming out with the SLR furniture and all that jazz, well, mine's just going to have this super awesome mayo jar on it because I pre-ordered the Mark IV MGC4 gas blowback, which we've already discussed. But that is the Lancer Tactical MWS SLR licensed, SLR Rifle Works licensed replica. So that's essentially why I decided to pull the trigger on that one, because Lancer is making it. And they have proven to me, time and time again, through their high kappas, through their AEGs, through their gear, that they're a company worth at least giving a shot instead of listening to a story from 13 years ago. Or 12, 13 years ago of their first inception of coming into the industry. They have obviously made corrections and changes. So, going back to the main title of this, is Lancer Tactical still bad? No, they're not. Am I going to say that they're the best company ever? No. Are they a really good company that I put my faith in their products and purchase their stuff? Yes. For Airsoft, what they give the Airsoft community and their products are worth it. This is not sponsored. I'm just giving my genuine opinion to fight against the apparently still bad story juju that follows that little name around. So, yeah. Shadow Ghost. I'm so interested to see where they go with the MWS gas system. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. And I'm about to lose control. Yes. Ghost, like I said, go check them out on Instagram with their SLR rifle work stuff. They have an MWS AK coming out, which honestly makes me go, that's probably going to be my second gas blowback replica that I get, is the Lancer AK. It's probably going to happen. But with the licenses that they have acquired, the fact that they also have their hands in a high kappa space, I don't think they're a bad company. Could it be possible that people still have little bad experiences from now and again from getting maybe a replica that was poorly QA'd on the way out the door? Yeah, it's possible. Happens with everybody. Happens with every company. I mean, look at the Umarex H&K MP5 SD6 that I got out of the box. The gearbox was pretty much shite. I have to make adjustments because they didn't clean up after it came out of the mold. They didn't clean it up enough. So there's burrs and stuff that misaligns bushings. So it is what it is. Cutter, you're late. Shame on you. I'm not going to make everybody shame you, but but anyway, yeah, I even have a Lancer Kalashnikov USA. Is it my cup of tea out the gate? Nah. Is it an affordable AK that'll get you out on the field and playing? Yeah. There's a lot of things I need to do to it for my personal taste. Honestly, I still want to send that one off to Cutter, but I don't have the money for it. And Cutter yet again agrees. Lancer Tactical is so much better than the Gen 1s. Yes, and it's more of a, when you ask the question, is Lancer Tactical still bad? Because I hear the story of, years ago they sold shite replicas. That was years ago. That was like 12, 13 years ago when they first started. Give them a chance. Don't live on the Reddit threads of all the haters still bashing Lancer. Give them a shot. To me, it's like judging a dude for his performance after prom night for the rest of his life. Just saying. A very adult analogy, but yes. Essentially, yeah. Oh man, that was funny. But no, Ghost, nail on the head. Stop holding a brand accountable for their actions that they made when they first came out. When you first start a company, there's going to be stumbles and trips and issues. But I think the more of us that support it for what they've done for changes, how they've adapted themselves, how they've made improvements over the years, I think we can get more people to get rid of that bad name and just, it's another airsoft brand that one person might not like because they prefer another one over it, which is where we can go back to. Instead of, can we go back to, oh, I just don't like Lancer because I'm not a fan of their furniture, but this furniture on this brand I prefer. Because what most of you guys don't understand, there is a small handful of airsoft replica manufacturers in the world. Small handful. So the stuff that is in Lancers is also in, like, Navrich. The stuff that's in, like, Lancers is also in, like, Simas. Like, they're pretty much all coming out of the same factory. They just got different manufacturer names stamped on them. It's more of an essentially where you're gonna buy your aesthetics from, or I guess where brand loyalty lies in the end. But no reason to just listen to people talking smack and go, "Oh, I hate it." Give it a shot. It's like food. At least try it. At least try it. That's what I always say. But yes, Lancer, if you see this or watching, I'm not fishing for nothing. No, I don't need anything. But I do want you to know, good job. Pat on the back for you. Gold star. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna essentially keep buying your products because you do good stuff. I like your mags too. Their speed mags are awesome. But you keep banging out win after win after win, guys. So keep doing what you're doing. You will shake the looming specter that is pretty much clinging on by a thread by this point. I think within the next year, by the time you're on the market with your MWS systems, that's gone. It's gonna be gone. By the time the SLR MWS stuff hits the market, bad rep's gone. So, yet again, answering that question, is Lancer still bad? Hell no. They haven't been bad for a while. They corrected stuff and improved years ago. So, whatever is left out there of the stigma of Lancer, guys, just shake it off. Give them a shot. Try it out. Check out their stuff. Look up their specs. Like, just stop mindlessly talking smack. But guys, let's hear from you. Like, do you think that this is nothing but soon to be a faded relic of the history of Lancer Tactical, or are people just going to still cling still cling to that little bit of vestige of just rage at a brand because of what they did when they started. Ah, good coffee. Good coffee. And I hope everybody is also doing wonderful this evening. Don't forget, if you haven't already, please subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified of all future videos coming out and the game streams on every Monday. Let's see. Cutter says I have 3 Lancers on my wall, and the DMR is 100% Lancer tactical upgrade parts, and it's a beast. So obviously, Lancer is doing him well. Nah, they have made a complete 180. If you don't believe it, come on down south. I can show what Lancer can do. Yeah. I mean, 100%. 100%. Like I said, my Lancer, the only reason why I had issues with it is because I messed with it. I did things to it. So that's on me. When you completely tech out a replica that is no longer on the manufacturer for any problem that you have with it, it is on you. So, yeah, when I did nothing to it and it was still just fresh face out of the box and I just did the maintenance on it and took it out and played games with it, yeah, it was fantastic. Fantastic. I've had my hands on Gen 4s, Gen 3s, Nightshades. None of those LBX competitions yet, but I'm not a fan of Glocks. It's an ergonomics thing, and we're not getting into my anti-Glockness again. I have Lancer plate carriers. I have mag pouches. I have Lancer shower shells for 40 millimeter grenade launcher replicas. Those are fantastic. I have a Lancer grenade launcher. That's fantastic. I could just keep rolling. Like I have purchased enough Lancer stuff that I can say across the board, the complaints about them are ill-informed. But yeah, completely made a 180, and yeah. I was actually amazed at both the build quality and performance of the 209 AK they make. Yeah. Yep. I have one of those. Yeah, I have one of those. It is good for what it is, but for how I want it to feel and work, nah. But out of the box for anybody else, yeah, it's works great. But I still have to say, if I had the fundage, I would send my AK down to Cutter because I don't like. I've torn it apart once, had trouble getting the gearbox out of it. I don't like it. I just don't like version 3 gearboxes. I still need to do it, but I just don't like it. But at least it's got a quick chain spring system in it. That's a win. But yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and fangirl about Lancer the whole time just because, I bought a lot of their stuff and I can say it works and it's great. But yeah. And yet again, let me just reiterate, not sponsored at all. This is me on my own free will. It's because even in newer videos in the last few days that I've watched of even companies over in YouTubers over in Europe, some people still have that stigma of that stigma of Lancer is still on it. So I just felt that I'd, break down the history, explain to you guys where things changed and what changed. And maybe somebody out there who's anti-Lancer will listen to this and then just go, hey, maybe I'm wrong and I just need to give him a shot. Maybe. And try to damper down some of the negativity, I guess, that's following it and kind of just lingering. But we'll see. They got a whole bunch of new stuff coming out. Can't wait. Honestly. And with all the new things that they got coming out, that just brings me to my point of, I think this year, this coming up, I'm going to try to do better coverage of SHOT Show stuff. I'm going to watch videos more intently. I'm going to try to go through, and I think I might actually do some talking tactical episodes where we actually cover, and I try to take screenshots and stuff of products shown at SHOT Show of what's coming out, take notes, and we discuss. Shadow Ghost asked a question. So what would you like to see Lancer get into next? Well, of all the things and devices and gear that they have, there's a couple things I think that's missing from their product line. I'm surprised they haven't come out with an anti-fog unit yet. That's something that has kind of honestly surprised me. Out of all the other stuff that they haven't released an anti-fog unit. I mean, yet again, Lancer, if you're listening, take notes. Anti-fog unit. I think Lancer could come up with a really good one of those. I think they could partner with RunCam and come up with a really good. I mean, RunCam's already solid, but maybe. Honestly, I think they do need to also. I don't think it's a need, but take this to the drawing board because there's so many affordable options of night vision out there, and night vision is a big thing in the Milsim community in Airsoft. And there is affordable night vision options out there for like, you can get a mono night vision setup for like $250. It's digital, but it's made essentially for Airsoft. It's not like the highest quality real deal thing. But I think Lancer should get into the game of night vision. I think they should work with one of these more affordable companies and work and bang out a night vision setup. And then Lancer can really, really, really have a handle on almost every aspect of Airsoft. Because essentially the MWS was like the last big step for their replica choices. I don't know where they could take their AEGs next, outside of dropping brushless motors in them. Because I think that's the one thing they don't offer currently with any of their line is nothing comes with a brushless motor. Which is something that, hey, look into that one. Gas-operated SMG replica. Excuse me. Cutter says gas-operated SMG of their own. Yeah, I'd be down for that. Their Zion Arms line, they have some pretty good PCCs and SMG replicas over there. Maybe port some of those over to gas blowback. If not, I think I would also like to see Lancer make a MP5 clone, maybe. Make a mono night vision that Bluetooths to a cell phone. That is where, the cost goes up when you add features like that. But hey, Lancer, if you're listening, there you go. Customer feedback right there. Make night vision with Bluetooth. But I just think them getting into the night vision game would be a smart move. Also, I still say, and Lancer or any other Airsoft manufacturer, I still say, make me a left-handed replica. They exist. It can exist. Those things are out there. Make left-handed replicas. That's the other thing. And I don't think there's a single manufacturer out there for Airsoft that does do it. But make a left-handed replica. I think that's the one little small niche thing that. But I want a left-handed M4 replica. Period. I've been saying that essentially since the start. I triple dog dare somebody to make it. make a short-handed run, left-handed M4 and AK. I mean, left-handed AK. I don't think you need to it because it's already made for it. It's essentially set up for lefties perfectly. But sure. I mean, why not? If we're gonna do a whole left-handed run, the left-hand everything, like left-handed M4, left-handed AK, and literally can it just be as easy as um 8 replicas, 2 barrel length options, polymer and metal, polymer metal. So 2 length options, polymer body, metal body, M4. 2 length options, polymer body, metal body, AK. Eight, eight. That's it. That's all you need. No more than that. Don't even have to like slap super special stuff on it. You can make it like just an entry level thing and a little bit more advanced thing. Don't have to get too fancy with it. But a I left-handed replicas are the one thing that do not exist in this market, and I believe really should. There's ambi controlled everything, but there's no left-handed anything. And the stuff exists. Yes, most of the time you have to pay to get it modified and made and blah blah blah, but there is the occasional pre-made stuff that is left-handed setup. So I say lefties, but I hope that answered your question, Ghost. Geez, Cutter, you thought you were late. Prime Tech's really late. Welcome to the party, Prime Tech. Good to see you, my friend. Always happy to have you. The coffee is now gone. That means we're getting close to the end of the show. It's going ... Oh no, I don't like the sound of that. Also, guys, please, yet again, reminder, click the link in the pinned comment below, join the Discord, Task Force Shrubbery, hang out with other weirdos like me talking airsoft goodness, video game, movie nerdery, and other random-ass conversations. And also, after the stream, I will be in the Discord and the Coffee Talk chat like normal, so join me there. You can also get behind-the-scenes info on what's going on the channel. But I guess I could pose that question to the rest of you guys of what Ghost asked me. What do you want to see Lancer Tactical get into next? They've obviously made a 180 turn since the Gen 1s and turned stuff around. They're now entering the MWS space. Thank you, Ghost. Yes, hit that like button and share it. But they're finally entering a really big entry point in the gas blowback replica space. Where do you think Lancer should go from here? I say night vision and left-handed replicas. Those are the two biggest things. Lancer Tactical Bill. Thank you, Prime Tech. Lancer Tactical been in the up and up and at a steady pace compared to the other companies that share manufacturing. Very much true. Very much true. But yeah, I'm gonna pose. Like I said, I posed the same question to you guys of what Ghost posed to me. Where would you like to see Lancer go into next? What would you really like to see them tap into the airsoft market to bring to market for airsoft that they don't currently make? Maybe if we're lucky, they will watch this and go, "Hey, good job, guy. Thank you very much." And we listen to all your guys' feedback and the comments and everybody, and we're gonna do something cool. Like I mean, for me, it's not about sponsorships. I also would like to see manufacturers interact more in the community. Like be open and willing to be on random YouTube channels, not just mine, like anybody's, not just big ones, big, small, anywhere in between. Maybe entertain conversations from anybody across the YouTube space and show up at events and and sell, and interact with the community, like gameplay and whatnot, and also like show off your stuff and all that jazz. I just think, the whole PR marketing side of things, where you interact and have a rep that goes into the community on a regular basis at events, would be amazing. I mean, I've had my up and downs in conversations about sponsorings and things, and I'm not fishing for one. I'm not asking for one. None of that jazz. No, no, no. But if I were to take sponsoring deals, um, considering how cautious I am about it now, um, more so than I was before, Lancer is a company that would probably work with. They need to release their own Prime Series AEGs by having a stock brushless motor aside from a modern ETU, maybe called the Series Javelin, as a play on Lancer. I actually, Prime Tech, that's a good idea. It's actually a really good idea. Ghost says a full helm kit with visor and anti-fog built in. I mean, some of those do exist, but they're pricey. But yeah, that's cool. It's a good idea. But Prime Tech, you also came out with a really good one. I honestly agree with you. I think brushless motors is the next other big step they really need to take. They're coming up with optical, like the Nebula 2 MOSFET. It's an optical MOSFET, the programmable, all that fun jazz. But we still don't have brushless motors in them, minus when we put them in. Yet, Specna Arms, you can get brushless motors. Huh. Question mark. But I also agree with that aspect. But is there anything else we got on the docket for tonight? Because otherwise, I think we're going to wrap it up. I'm out of coffee. I don't know why I picked that up. But no, I think, guys, we're going to end up wrapping it up for tonight. I feel that I did a relatively good job at breaking down their history and the changes they've made and pulling the 180 since they started with the Gen 1 line. In answering the question, is Lancer Tactical still bad? No, they're not. AKs can be a pain, but the version 3 gearbox is more robust than the V2. Yeah. But yeah, no, they're not a bad company. Haven't been for a long time. They made their mistakes and stumbling blocks with their Gen 1. But they've been nothing but consistent on the up and up ever since, making innovations and changes through the years to improve their products, bringing it to the market for the Airsoft community to give them better stuff to get on the field and play. I personally think that they have done nothing but a good job, and they just need to keep doing what they're doing. And I can't wait to get my hands on my MGC Mark IV gas blowback MWS system replica. I can't wait. I just wish it was sooner than like April potential. I want it like now. But in closing, I do have to say thank you to Lancer Tactical, if you do see this, to doing what you do, and keep it up, guys. You're doing great, and the stigma will be shaken. I'm pretty sure once your gas blowback replicas of the MWS variety drop in 2026, it will all be gone. You're gonna be finally rid of that specter. So good job, guys. Keep it up. Gold star for you. But guys, that's gonna close it out for this episode. Be ready for MOA announcements soon. Yes, very much so. But yeah, I'm going to try to do a better job at covering MOA and SHOT Show. I almost forgot about MOA. I'm going to try to do better talking tactical episodes on that stuff. We're going to take notes. We're going to do better discussions about what is going to be coming out. So stay tuned for that stuff when MOA hits and for when SHOT Show hits. I will be doing my best to report back to you in the Airsoft community on what is going down for releases. Also, we just got a few episodes left in Borderlands 4 on the Monday game stream, and then we're switching over to go see Yote. That's coming up. And yes, news and announcements for next week before we close out, guys. Next week is Thanksgiving. So there will be a stream on Monday for the game stream. And then for the rest of the week, there will be no more streams. Wednesday, I will be out of town. So I will not be able to do this beautiful talking tactical thing with all you guys, but we will be returning the Wednesday following Thanksgiving. And if I don't see you guys beforehand on Monday, I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving and a wonderful day with your families on the holiday, and safe travels to wherever you're going for your holidays with your family. So until next time, guys, make sure you smash that like button. And of course, like I always say, never ever forget your battle cry. Nee!